A person needs to know that when you're bringing rebuke, when those Jewish people went to the Beit Din and rebuked their fellow Jew that came from a rape, and he didn't like it, and he went to the Beit Din with them, and the Beit Din of Moshe Rabbeinu said, you are wrong, you're not part of any tribe, and he didn't like it, and he then cursed Hashem. Them killing him, they were fulfilling the justice. But now we have to see a little bit more color from our sages of why is he in the first place. Why did this all happen? Because the Chinuch says, instead of being upset at everybody else for telling you you're not part of the Klal Yisrael because you came from rape, instead of being upset at everybody for taking to the Beit Din and fulfilling the law, instead of being upset for being in a circumstance that you're in, you should reflect on yourself and see, why am I in this situation? Rabotai Yekarim, the Arizal says that the tum'ah of the world, the impurity that came into the world, is in the control of the Sitra Achra that was given in human form, was given to Esav, the nation of Esav. The Arizal says in Shara Gilgulim, Esav, the source of all tum'ah, Kadosh Baruch Hu says, Et Esav saneti, I hate Esav, because he knew the truth. He knew he needed to do tshuva. He knew just as much as Yaakov Avinu, but he still chose to stick to his own desire and his own ego and his own everything. He is now in control of the tumah. He's in Genom. He's going to be punished and so on and so forth. But it doesn't just end. Esav didn't end with his death. Why? Because he was given a power, the tumah, the impurity. This is why Rabotai Karim in Sefer Shari Gilgulim, the gate of reincarnation by the Arizal says Esav reincarnated into Yoshke, Jesus of Nazareth. Why? Just like Esav knew the truth and desecrated it anyway, so did Jesus know the truth that desecrated it anyway. Just like Esav had the opportunity to be one of the greatest people that ever lived, Jesus had the opportunity to be one of the greatest people that ever lived. They both lost that opportunity and both are doomed for eternity. But there still remains a big question. The time period between Esav and Jesus is a huge amount of time. You're talking about something almost like 2,000 years. Hashem waited 2,000 years? No. Comes the Sefer Shafrir Tzedek by Rabbi Raphael Wolfowitz, one of the Rishonim. And he says in the Sefer that just like the Tumah of Paro went into the ocean because it was too much for the world to contain it. It had to go into the Tumah that Paro in Egypt had was 90% of the world's impurity. Such is the Tumah of Christianity. Too much for the world to contain. It had to go into a certain person. Couldn't just be in Never Land. Had to go somewhere. It couldn't be such a long period of going from the impurity of Esav, waiting all the way to Yoshke, all the way to Jesus. Had to go somewhere else. Where did it go? It went from Esav to the son of Shulamit in this week's parasha. Esav reincarnated as the son of Shulamit, the blasphemer, who cursed Hashem because he did not like the law, did not like the din of the Beit Din. And just like the blasphemer's mother brought him to the world because of our immodesty and immorality, when he got reincarnated from also a sinful way where the Mary Magdalene, Imach Shema V'zichra, also cheated on her husband and then ended up going with some goy, Joseph, and then said, no, this is a birth, God impregnated me. It was all the nonsense that they say. Mary Magdalene was a prostitute zona. She got pregnant but didn't want to get stoned by everybody. So what did she do? She said it's a immaculate conception nonsense. The reality is, just like Jesus came from a zonah, the previous carnation also was a zonah, a person that unfortunately did something terrible, and Shulamit did something terrible. And that's why the reincarnation shows that there is justice in the world. There is justice in the world because they both had sinful actions that stemmed from immodesty. You see, Rabotai, a person that focuses on themselves and how the world is wronging them can end up just like the blasphemer and will only bring more damage to their life. Just like the Chinuch says, a person that focuses on themselves need to do tshuva, realizes that all of the suffering they have is because of their own actions, not somebody else's actions. Yeah, but he said it to me. So what? He said it to me. He's just a pawn that Hashem is using to talk to you because you're not Moshe Rabbeinu. He's not going to talk to you face to face. Yeah, but she said it to me and she did it to me and she got me fired. No. Hashem got you fired. He's just using her to do it. When a person understands that all suffering that come to their life is because of their actions, automatically it brings favor, brings their situation to a place of favorness in the eyes of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and automatically things start moving in the right direction. It may not be as quickly as you would like, but admitting that it's your need to do tshuva is the first step of doing tshuva. This, Rabotai, is one of the failures of Esav that did not stop with Esav, but continued with the son of the blasphemer, the son of Shulamit, and continued even further with Jesus of Nazareth when he was rebuked by his rabbi, and instead of apologizing the right way and doing what he was supposed to, now things have to be my way, and that's why it says in the Gemara, Reshaim, even al pnei Gehenom lo osim tshuva. The wicked, even at the gate of Gehenom, do not do tshuva. Why? I have to be right somewhere, they say. You're not right, Habibi. You're wrong again and again and again. Even if it's multiple reincarnations, you'll still remain wrong, and the Torah will stay 100% true. This, Rabotai, I believe, is a little bit of insight about a lot of things that I think can, Bezrat Hashem, if not give you chizuk, at least to give me some. So